think it's one of the most underrated cookout songs of the 80s. Like you hear Before I Let Go by Frankie and Maze. Of course, we're going to talk about that this year. You hear I Was Standing by the Gap Band. You hear any variation of Cameo, whether it's Shake Your Pants, Single Life, Candy, um, back and forth, whatever. But Don't Stop the Music, that's another one that gets people up and moving of a certain age. What's going on, everybody? You're right on time for another ride on the Groove Line with your boy Chris Stevens. It's Friday, made it to the weekend. Hopefully, you all are doing well out there. Hopefully, you're ready for the weekend. Whatever your weekend entails, hopefully, you enjoy it. So today on Fridays, we like to party, is what I'm trying to say here. And today is no different. We're going to go back to once again the year of my birth, 1981, and talk about another song that sort of grew legs, kind of like, remember when I said that Magic Man by Robert Winterson Fall just kind of independently grew thanks to the Quiet Storm? Well, thanks to the After Hours Club scene, a husband and wife duo, they weren't husband and wife at the time, but they would eventually become a husband and wife duo from Dallas, Texas, ended up taking over the dance floor because of the After Hours Clubs. We're talking about the late Cavin Yarbrough and Miss Lois Peoples, Yarbrough and Peoples as people know them best. And we are talking about, of course, not Don't Stop the Music. Okay, so it's important to note, this song came out the week before Christmas, 1980. So getting those last singles out before the year ends, I guess Mercury Records figured, well, we signed this, we want them to kind of be our Ashford and Simpson. We better start putting out some music so people can say, hey, look, we got our own Ashford and Simpson here. And it was a slow burn at first, but by the time the winter of 1981 really got into full swing, that song started being played on radio stations across the country. And the music video was ahead of its time. Well, not really ahead of its time. There's a little bit of Dave Seville and the Chipmunks. You guys remember, you OGs, you remember Dave Seville and the Chipmunks, Christmas Time, Don't Be Late, all of that good stuff, the Witch Doctor song. But yeah, so when they were doing the music video, apparently the production assistant found these puppets because there's a sort of like a chipmunk part in Don't Stop the Music, where you don't really want to stop. No. So apparently this production assistant went and got these random behind puppets from a craft store or something, and put those puppets front and center with Cavin and Lois, and that gave the song another edge. Those screaming puppets that weren't really the pup. I mean, of course, the puppets aren't making the noise. I mean, we've all watched the Muppet Show before to know that there's no real person, there's no real Kermit the Frog, there's no Miss Piggy, there's no Rolf, there's no Gonzo, or there's no my personal favorite, Cookie Monster. But yes, Don't Stop the Music, I'm sorry, it just became a song that people vibe to. Like, I think it's one of the most underrated cookout songs of the 80s. Like, you hear Before I Let Go by Frankie and Maze. Of course, we're going to talk about that this year. You hear I Was Standing by the Gap Band. You hear any variation of Cameo, whether it's Shake Your Pants, Single Life, Candy, back and forth, whatever. But Don't Stop the Music, that's another one that gets people up and moving of a certain age. I think what helps that is that bass line. Like, that synth bass is one of the best synth bass lines in the 1980s, without a shadow of a doubt. And so this song eventually grew a life of its own. It spent the entirety of March 1981 as the top R&B song in the country by Billboard's metric, and it was a top 20 pop hit too. So they were on their way. I mean, Yarbrough and Peoples were on their way, but they had their own. If you didn't watch The Unsung while Cavin was still with us, they talked about the troubles they had with Total Experience Records, who of course was run by Lonnie Simmons. And Total Experience's golden children, as they were Charlie Wilson and the Gap Band. So when you have the Gap Band, you have a band that is already taking off, and then you have this husband and wife duo, and you're trying to balance that out. It just felt like I could tell that was a source of consternation for Cavin and Lois, and it just didn't work out for them, unfortunately. But they had some good music. We're going to talk about some more Yarbrough and Peoples stuff before the year is out. Don't get it twisted. They'll probably be on our Black Music Month spotlight for sure. But yeah, Don't Stop the Music. Another one of those early 80s electro, funk, boogie, post-disco hits, whatever you want to call it, that just sticks like grits. It is one of those songs that if you are a child of that age, if you are old enough to party or you were old enough to dance to this on Soul Train before you went out and played with your friends, Don't Stop the Music is a early 80s classic by any metric. And if you have not heard it, please go listen to it. If you have heard it, tell us your memories of it. We'd love to know. So that's going to do it for this ride on the Groove Line. Greatly appreciate y'all. As always, contact information will be in the description below. Don't forget to subscribe and tap that notification bell so you're notified of all the new videos that drop on this channel. And don't forget to like and comment on the videos because, as you know by now, your boy talks back in the comments. We have a good time, so come on through. So thank you guys for riding with me on the Groove Line. And until the next time we ride, y'all enjoy your weekend and may you find the groove or may the groove find you.